Good evening, everyone. So, today we have our third class on our topic Microsoft Word 2016. So, I hope the last topic that we discussed about the Word files, how we can create our new document using the blank one, how we can create a new document using the predefined templates, and how we can open an existing document. So, and how we can save a document or make a copy using Save As. So, I hope these topics are clear to you. In case if anyone has issues, so I am just repeating those things how we can do that. So, just a second, guys. So, we have seen we can create a new document when we start our Word. So, we just click on the blank document and a new document is created. And when we are trying to create using a template, so what we have to do is we have to search for particular template, like we search for a flyer, and then the related templates will be shown on the screen, and then we can choose whatever the template we wanted. And then we see how we can open an existing document. We can go to the file tab, and over there was an option open. When we click on that, so we get the chance to browse the document, whatever the document we want to open. And then we have seen how we can save it. So we can save it either through quick access toolbar, or we can go to file and then click on save. And at the last we have seen to make a copy of a particular file, we have to select for save as, and when we click it, so then again there is a dialog box open, and over there we can save as with a different name, or we can save it in a different format. So I hope these topics are clear to you. Now let's see today's topic that we are going to learn today. So today we are going to learn about how to use the tables in Word 2016 and how we can create it, how we can enter some data in our table format, how we can modify a table. That means, like, suppose you have created on a table and you want to make it some modification, like you want to add some cells, you want to delete some cells. So those modification we will see. Then inside the modifying table we will see how we can split the cells, that is we can break a cell into multiple parts, or how we can merge the cell. That means we can combine multiple cells into a single cell. And at last we will see some formulas that we can use in our table. So all these things we are going to learn today. So let's start with today's topics. So basically when we talk about the tables, so table is an organized arrangement of text in the form of rows and columns. So it is simple, like you can imagine something like a tabular form, like this over here. So this is kind of form is called as table, in which the horizontal one, that is this one, these are called as rows, and this vertical ones, these are called as columns. So when we arrange our data in such a format, so we call it as a table. The intersection of a row and a column is called a cell. So what we are talking about is, we are talking about when a row and this column, that is we can imagine this one. So this particular box is called as cell. So similarly, if we look into this table, so how many cells are there? 1, 2, 3, that is, we have 3 columns and how many rows are there? 5 rows. So that means the total number of cells would be 5 into 3, that means 15. So this table consists of 15 cells. Then there are multiple ways in a Word by which you can create your table. So we will see into that. Place your cursor where you want the table to appear. So what does it mean is, basically, suppose you have your Word document. Suppose this is your Word document. You have written some text over here, and then thereafter you want to insert your table. But if your cursor is at this place, so your table will be inserted over here. So what you have to do is, you have to take your cursor at this place and then you will insert your table. Okay. Now, how we can insert a table in our Word document? So yesterday we have seen that on the ribbon we get these multiple tabs. So these were the tabs that we talked about on a ribbon. So inside these tabs you will find this insert tab. So you have to click on this insert tab, and once you go it, so you will find this table. So after, first you have to click on insert, and then on this table you have to click, you can click on this downwards or you can directly click over here. So once you do it, so you will get something like this one. So either you can create your table from this widget. So over here the number of rows and columns you will select. So how you can select that is, basically you have to just drag your mouse. You have to left click your mouse and you have to simply drag it. So once you drag it, the number of rows and columns you will drag it, that particular table would be created. Like suppose over here we have selected 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That is, the size is already given here. So we have selected 9 columns and 4 rows. So that particular table is created in our Word document. You want to select, like suppose, only 4 columns and 4 rows. So that particular table would be inserted with 4 columns and 4 rows. Is it clear? Okay, so now let's move into our next method by which we can insert the table. Next is, you can insert a table with the help of this insert table widget. Sorry. You can insert simply with this widget. So the benefit of this widget is, you have seen, we have only specific this chart. So that means the maximum number of rows and columns are allowed only this one. So if you count, so there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That means maximum 10 columns can be there and 10, hopefully 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 8 rows. So this is fixed one. So by this method, we can't create a table containing more than 8 rows or containing more than 10 columns. So in that case, how we can insert our table is, we can select this option. So when you click on this, it will ask you that how many number of columns you want and how many numbers you want in your table. So over here you have to provide some numeric values, or you can use these buttons. You must be seeing, I hope, that there are upward and downward arrows. So if you click on upward arrows, the number would be increasing. If you click on downwards arrow, so the number would be decreasing. So you can provide those values. You can also set some width of your cell if you want. So that fixed width would be over here. So over here we are using just automatic. So once we will click on OK, so that particular table would be created. So once you click on this OK button, so a particular table containing 5 columns and 2 rows would be created. I hope this one is clear, everyone. Okay, let's move to the next slide. So now this is just a sample table we have already created. Okay, so there are 4 columns we have provided, that is college name, new student, graduating student and change. So over here we are providing the college names, here the number of new students, here the students who have already graduated, or if there is something change in their details. So this is just a sample data. You can also create your table with your sample data. We will see the example later on. Now we will see how we can modify our existing table. Like we have seen, in our previous slide, that in this table we have 1, 2, 3, 4 columns, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 rows. So suppose in this table you want to modify it like it is just a single column. If you want to combine it, so how we can do that? So this is we going to see in this slide. So over here the options are given as, if you want to suppose insert some columns or rows in your existing table. Let's say we have this existing table in our Word document. Suppose it contains serial number, name and marks. Okay, let's say we have 1, 2, name is, let's say AJ, RJ, and the marks are given as 100, 200. So let's suppose this is the existing table that we have even in our Word document. Now I want to add the roll numbers as well. So I have 2 options. One is either I delete the complete table and redraw it. But in that case, the worst thing is I have to write all this data again. So how I can do it is, I can choose any of the options. So basically if you select this insert above, so it will insert a row wherever your cursor would be. Like suppose your cursor is over on this row. So if you choose this option, so it will insert one row above this. So your table will look like this. Here you will get serial number, here you would get name, here you would get marks, and your 1 and 2 details would be here, and a new row would be inserted just above it. If you select the below option, so if my cursor is here and if I select the below option, so in that case what would happen is the new row would be inserted over here. So the table would look like sorry, here would be the first entry, then there would be a blank row, and then there would be second entry. So if I select the below options, so that means wherever my cursor is in the table, so the row would be inserted below that particular row, and if I select the insert above option, so in that case the row would be inserted the above. Now there are 2 other options, that is insert left and insert right. So I hope you would have already understand that these 2 options will insert the rows. Okay, and these 2 options, they are inserting at left and right. So that means they will insert your column. So earlier our table was, it contains 3 information: serial number, name and marks. There were 2 rows, 1, 2, he has 100, he has 200. Now suppose I want to insert the roll number just before the name. So how can I do it is, I have to place my cursor over here or any of the rows. I can place my cursor on any of the rows because basically I am going to insert one column at left side. So if my cursor is in this particular column and I select this option, so what would happen is my table would be modified and now it will contain 4 columns. So those 4 columns would be serial number. Here I would get name, here the marks, and these particular 2 rows, 1, 2, AJ, so if I use the first approach, I have to delete this complete table, I have to redraw again with these 4 columns. Now with the help of this option, I can simply add the roll number over here and then provide its value. Let's suppose it's this. Clear to all? Great, Abhijit. So let's start. Let's move to our next one, that is insert right. So it is the same thing. If I want to insert at right of this column, that is over here, if I want to insert one column, so what I have to choose is, I have to choose this insert right option. So when I click on this, so this roll number column, it would be created over here. Or suppose you want to add some other column for this, so what you can do is, you can simply select this right. So now the table would have serial number, roll number, name, over here it would be marks, and let's say we want to add the course. So that value you can provide it, 1, 2, so this was 1032, name was AJ, RJ. Now I can provide their course. So let's say one is belong to BTech, second one belongs to BCA, and then their marks. So this is how you can modify your table. I hope this is clear to everyone. So let's move to our next slide. Now suppose you have already created your table and you want to delete some rows or columns. So similarly, if you see, there would be an option of delete, and when you click on this downwards arrow, so you will get all these options. So if you want to delete your entire table, you can select delete table. If you want to delete some rows, so you have to select those rows and you can simply delete them. And if you want to delete columns, so you have to select them. So whenever I am saying about this select the one, so what you have to do is basically, like this is your table. I have changed the columns names and all, so that doesn't matter because basically it's just a dummy data. Now suppose I want to delete this particular column. So what I have to do is, I have to place my cursor over here. I will go to this delete and just click on this delete columns. So this particular column will be deleted. Okay. If I want to delete a row, so what I have to do is, I have to simply place my cursor over here. I have to select this option, then this first row, that means this one would be deleted. So if your cursor is placed in any of the column and if you select that delete column option, so that column would be deleted. And if your cursor is presented in any of the rows and if you go for delete rows, so that particular row would be deleted. While suppose you want to delete multiple rows or multiple columns at the same time, so what you can do is simply either press your shift key and select your downwards arrow or upwards arrow. If you are in middle of the table, so you have to choose for upward arrow for above rows, and you have to select your downwards arrow for the below rows. Okay. In case you want to delete the 2-3 rows, like suppose over here we have one more rows and you want to delete these 2 rows. So what you have to do is, you have to place your cursor over here and then by pressing shift and downward keys or the right keys, you have to select all these, or you can simply drag your mouse by clicking, simply pressing the left button, and you have to drag it for these two particular rows. So these two rows will be selected, and then you can delete the rows with the help of this option. Okay. So I hope this deleting is clear to everyone. So let's move to the next topic. Now suppose we have to split a cell. So when we talk about the split of cells, so that means suppose we have this table. And this is our table. Now I want to split this particular cell. Let's say in the marks section, I want to show multiple subjects marks. So how I can do it is, I will place my cursor over here. I'll go to this split cell options, and over here I can provide the number of columns and the number of rows. Let's suppose I want to split it in 2 columns. So what I do is simply provide 2 and 1, and what would happen is this particular cell would be created like this. So my earlier table was let's say this was my earlier table, but when I will select these options, so my table will look like this. So now my table will look like this, because I have splitted this cell into 2 columns and 1 row. If I have selected this 2 rows and 2 columns, so what would happen is 1 more row would have been created. Okay. Great. So I hope it is clear to Mukul and Rohit. Good. So let's move to the next slide. Now we have seen how we can split the cell. Similarly, if we want to combine multiple cell into one, like in the earlier table we have seen that this undergraduate is written in this cell, and what I want is in this particular row all these cells should be combined and it should come into the center. So what I can do is I can go to this merge cell option, and when I click on it, what I have to, it will ask basically if you have selected these multiple cells, and when you click on this merge cell, so all these cells would be combined. So for selecting this option, it is necessary that first you select the columns. So the columns you want to combine or the number of rows you want to combine. If I select only these particular column, these particular rows, and after selecting, like I told you earlier, how we can select is simply we have to press on left button of our mouse and we have to simply drag it. If we drag it downwards, so that means these particular cells would be selected. So once selected, and if I click on this merge cell, so now my table would change to, let me select some other pen. So my table would look like this. Here I would get these headers, and I have selected these rows, so these would be the combined one, and rest of the information would be like this. So over here we have college, in this we have new students, over here we have graduating one, and over here we have change. So now my table will look like this. These columns would be merged into one and rest of the cells would remain same. I hope you people are getting whatever we are learning today, because it's a bit kind of tricky for you, but once you go through and once you try by yourself, so you can easily do it. So next is like, if suppose you want to do some calculation in a table, like I told you, you have some scenario or case, like over here you have 3 columns. in which we have marks 1, marks 2, and you have to find the total. So you can imagine a case like you have your unit test. So in your schools you have like suppose 2 unit tests, and now you want to find how many total numbers you have got. So what you can do is you have to simply enter your test number over here. Let's say someone got sorry. So let's say you got 15 in first set and 18 in second, and another student got 20 in first, 19 in second. Another student got 30 in first and 10 in second. Now you want to get the total of these particular numbers in this column. So how you can do is you have to simply go to your layout option. In the layout you will find this formula. So wherever you want to insert the formula, you have to simply click on that. Your cursor should be there. That means your cursor should be placed in that particular cell. And once you click on this formula tab, so there would be a dialog box like this, which will ask which formula you want to insert. So we have to add, so that's why we are inserting sum and we are providing left. Left means wherever you are inserting this formula, so the left columns, the number of left columns it have, all those columns will be summed up into a single one. So like we are inserting over here and we have 2 columns at the left. So the sum of these 2 columns will be placed over here. So that means the answer would be 33. Similarly for this you will insert formula, and for this you will do it. Now suppose there might be a situation there is one more column, and that column contains your name. Let's say AJ. And now if I insert this formula, what would happen? Nothing. What would happen is basically whatever the numerical values we would have at the left side, those numerical values will be summed up. So that means this formula will ignore this column and will sum up only these values. We have inserted over here, so the sum of these values will be presented here. If we have inserted over here as well, so the sum of these values, that is 39, would be inserted here, and the sum of these value would be inserted here. So this is how you can use the table in your Word document. So we have seen today that how we can create a table in a Word document, which is just nothing but we are representing our data in a tabular format. Because it might happen, they have asked, like you have some school project in which they might ask that please present your 5 months salary, yeah, please present how much score you have done in your last 5 unit tests in all subject or something. So that information you have to provide it in a tabular format. So for that thing, this table is necessary. So you should understand how we can create the rows and how we can create particular table. Suppose we want to add multiple rows, we want to delete some columns, we want to merge some columns. So all this stuff we can do it. If you have missed this session, so you can go to the Learn Forward app, and there you will see the recording, and over there you will get some tips and tricks as well. So today's session we are going to end over here with just one trick. So I'll let you know the current version of Microsoft Word that we are working upon. So we are learning the Microsoft Word 2016, but I hope you know that the current version, that is the latest version which is going on, is 2019. And sooner in the second half, that means by the end of October or might be before that, we are going to have Word 2021. With that, thank you class, thank you for the today's sessions. Let's see you for the next session.